representing Best Buddies International, the largest global volunteer movement dedicated to ending the social and economic isolation of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We are achieving this through 4 key mission pillars: friendship, leadership, living, and jobs, which is the program I oversee internationally. Our jobs program connects employers with the most underrepresented, untapped talent pool to meet your business needs. And I am beyond proud to say that we have launched a powerful partnership with the LA NHRA, thanks to our friends at I4CP. Hey, Madeline. Talk about connection. Our goals are to coordinate a joint event in 2023, so stay tuned for that. For you all as the LA NHRA to participate in the Best Buddies upcoming Champions Gala, which will be right here at Skirball Center in a month. And finally, to drive NHRA participation in the Best Buddies Jobs program, yielding meaningful employment opportunities for individuals with IDD. Now I'd like to turn it over to our Best Buddies ambassador, Sam Hersch. And let me just tell you a little bit about this fine man. He has an associate's degree from SMC in Liberal Arts and Humanities. He has a BA in Classics from UCLA, where he graduated cum laude with honors. He was given the Faculty Award for Excellence in his department. He works for UCLA Career Center as a trainee counselor, as one of the only IDD people in the Career Center. He's writing a resource guide for the Career Center I'm sorry, I wrote all of this down and my handwriting is so atrocious. I'm like, I haven't written in so long. Connecting the center with the Department of Rehab, regional centers, and Best Buddies to help oversee the IDD rebranding of their website. And he's introduced UCLA to a local partnership agreement with all regional centers, which are one-stop shops for individuals with IDD, to receive all the resources necessary to have full and successful lives. And this was the first time ever. So without further ado, it is my good fortune to introduce you all to Sam Hersch.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. My friend Samantha, who's back there at that table, she has a tendency to say that Best Buddies' overall mission, condensed into one sentence, is to put ourselves out of business. To get to such a point where we don't have to talk about inclusion and diversity the same way, for instance, we don't talk about Bruno, if you've ever seen that movie. But to the point where you don't have to think about the effort it would take to hire people with IDD, like myself. Sorry if I'm nervous. The jobs program that I've been involved with in the past year has just been incredible. I've had the opportunity to speak to several organizations, including Sephora, the University of Colorado Law School, where my sister just graduated from. Bar results come out in October, by the way. Grace Church School, the Buckley School, and many other fine institutions. And also, I had the opportunity to speak at the UCLA Career Center, which is why and how I got the job that I just left 5 days ago. But one of the last things I did there was speak at a campus partners meeting with the industry relations team. And I heard from my boss that they all went out to lunch and they all said, "We were really impressed by that young man who had a disability. How do we hire people with disabilities?" And I answered all of her questions, but then a part of me started to think, wow, people are not willing to hire people outside a narrow spectrum until they see a professional person. So our enlightenment view of things means we're only trained on what we see, right? Means that you can't think of creativity, empathy, power, struggle, whatever else. You can't look at a person who has a disability and possibly infer that even though they may not have 15 years of experience on their resume, they have 15 years working with caregivers. They have, in my case, 1 year working with this incredible organization. And particularly for you, you're the human resources department, right? Your job is to preserve the integrity of your people, to cultivate a culture. So why do we ignore creativity? Why do we potentially ignore the extraordinary gifts that people with IDD, people of color, people of different genders, older adults, people who possibly didn't graduate from college? Do we commit ourselves to this narrow definition of work, even as we're talking about its future? Standing up here, having just gone through this incredible internship with the University of California at Los Angeles, and I'm sure there are plenty of Bruins here tonight. Our school song is UCLA Fight, 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 right? And that's what you can encourage your employees to do, to fight for the underdog, to encourage your higher-ups to believe in themselves and to potentially make sacrifices in time and effort and treasure and talent in learning how to accommodate people from an 84% unemployment rate. Sorry for these long, dramatic pauses. I studied classics. That's a key point in rhetoric. But even as you're laughing, laughter is, it's an expression. So too is creativity. And so too are these incredible people from an untapped talent pool, as Amber said, that are just waiting to be hired by companies like yours. So I would encourage you all to do just that. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much, Sam. Now you all have glimpsed the type of talent we get to work with regularly. It is my hope that you will think of Best Buddies for your hiring needs, your training needs, and employee engagement needs. Thank you all so much for having us. Thank you, Sam, for sharing your story. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Madeline, for making this introduction. It's been a pleasure.